night.
So I pay you. You find my sister.
We go ahead and get started in here. Let the room fill up a little bit.
They found their suspect, and I know who it is.
Who is it?
I saw what you're doing. Can you teach me how?
Your mom got you on lock.
She been thinking she been running things for too long. Gotta make it on my own.
Don't you ever forget who your family is.
Don't you ever forget who your family is, Kaine.
So I pay you. You find my sister.
You pay. We play.
We're gonna let a few people get in here. We'll probably start about 6:20. Well, 9:20 you guys' time. 9:25 depends on. We get a good amount of people in.
Can you teach me how?
Your mom got you on lock.
She been thinking
Go ahead and hit the like button when you come in. Hit the poll. Let me see if y'all think Monet is gonna find out about Kaine. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get started early. We got a lot here. We missed episode 1, but that's only because we had the BMF finale. So we're gonna pick up. We'll talk a little bit about episode 1. Of course, you guys know at the end we'll go over the trailer for episode 3, and we'll talk about that a little bit and give our little predictions. Because you know, in these after shows, there's no rules. We do whatever we want. We enjoy the show. We talk that talk, and we enjoy the night. Oh yeah, truly, y'all need to contact me so I can go ahead and, get a little sponsorship from y'all. What up, Kendall? Thank you for those Holiday Fall videos. I'm telling everyone to watch those after the movie. Thank you for that. I've actually noticed that people liked how I broke those down, and I'm gonna do more once more shows come out like that. I wish I would have did that with, what is it? The show that came out on Amazon. So I'm going to continue to do that, break it down. I'm also going to break down the individual characters on Power also. I just haven't got to it. My parents actually left, what's today, Sunday? So they left Thursday. And while they were here, my dad kept walking in and out. What up, gaming? How you been, bro? So I'm going to have more stuff coming for Power. Just bear with me, people. What's up, Zoe? What's up now? When I first watched this episode, I was thinking, it was kind of slow. Y'all know I like action. I like breaking down action scenes within shows, but I know we need to build up, and that's pretty much what this is. This is laying down the storyline for us. You think Tariq helped Kaine set that up? I don't think so. We'll get in there to a little more, but I don't see if Tariq set that up, he wouldn't benefit anything from it. You know what I'm saying? It would just make him look bad. But we'll get into that once we actually get to the scene. Because that's a good question. I know my cousin was asking me about that. What I think. I'm like, man, personally, I think that's all Kaine. Seems like they're kind of blending some stories with the characters this season. I feel like season 2 was, I won't say it was rushed, because they had almost a year in between, but they're trying to crank them all out. They're trying to make up for that, that pandemic money. Mary J is slipping. She pushed Tariq out the fold and brought Kaine back. Thank you, Michelle. I deeply appreciate that for the super chat, $5. Thank you. Kaine ain't that smart. He's muscle, not brains. I agree all the way, Reggie. I agree all the way. Matter of fact, y'all know how we do it here. Comment who you guys want us to talk about first. I got a couple of clips that we can go over. So we'll see who we get the most of, and we'll start talking about them. We don't go in order. You want to go in order, that's what the recap is for. Here, we go off of what you guys want to talk about. I think Kaine followed Braden to the spot.
She been thinking she been running things for too long. Gotta make it on my own.
Milgram maybe. Okay, Mecca. See, Carrie got a lot going on. Talk about Braden getting beat. Oh, hey, Game and I was a little upset with that fight scene. Braden really let us down with all that talking that he be doing. Let's talk about Tate. All right, so we ain't got no one, no double names, but right now we got all individual people. So I guess we should address. We'll start off with Kaine going into Mecca, since that's one of the bigger stories there, especially with we seen how the end went. Kaine and Little Guap. Now we all know, and I tell y'all in every show we watch, stay off the phone. These dudes is on the phone more than we are. And we live regular lives. Like, come on, Little Guap. You on here asking people what candy should I eat first? Man, we don't care. Matter of fact, when it goes back to that, let's see how many people is on there. All right. Little Guap. Oh, they ain't never show how many people he had on his live. He had like 18 people maybe talking about what should I eat first. Man, whatever you want. But even Kaine is like, look, Guap, stay off that phone. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to talk to them, which leads us to Mecca's house. Now, y'all know him as Mecca. I know him as Dante, me and, you know what I'm saying, me and Monet. Let me find the video. Tariq and Kaine, Tariq on the roof. Dante, Mecca, nope. All right. Now, episode 1, like I said, we didn't really get to talk about episode 1, but we seen that Kaine actually went over there to prove himself to Mecca. They met up with Mecca, him and Guap, and they were basically saying, can we trust him? Because he didn't know anything about Lorenzo. And that's my thing also. They're all in New York. How don't? But anyway, Lorenzo doesn't know Mecca. Mecca knows about Lorenzo, I'm assuming, because of the connection with Monet. But neither one of them know about ghosts. So how big are they really in New York? That's one thing I really want to know. I want to see if there's a backstory. Maybe they cross each other at some point. But you would think Lorenzo, Tejada, Mecca, they would know who Ghost is. It's not just, you know what I'm saying, 3 people in New York and they don't know each other. But once they get to the house, Kaine, he's already proved himself because he was fighting. But really, Mecca was telling them that was silly of you to do something like that. When you make it to a certain level, you even see that in real life. You can't be putting yourself out here doing silly stuff. We're going to torture this guy. We're going to get rid of him. Just do it. What do we see in movies? The bad guys always torture and try to talk to who they kidnap. And what does that end up in? The good guy getting loose and whooping your ass. So Mecca is telling them you got to be aware of your surroundings, which brings us back to Little Guape. Little Guap. He come in on the cell phone. What up? What up? We on the 59th floor, baby. We balling. Where y'all at? Dog, you meeting up with Mecca. Come on now. Yeah, he knows who Lorenzo is. I don't know if they ever did any dealings with each other. He may just know Lorenzo because he was trying to get at his girl. You know what I'm saying? Mary J. K. Monet is consistently violating her daughter. Yeah, Brooke, she doesn't let Diana do anything. I mean, like, she keeping her trapped up. Mega probably. Nah, I think the thing about Lorenzo, he got caught with a lot of drugs. So even if Mecca set him up, he had to have a lot more come down on him than just one setup. Because I doubt he was caught with the drugs. He probably got hit with the RICO, where it was the whole organization. And in that case, if that really happened, if they really brought down, I'm just doing in real life, if they really brought down Lorenzo like they say he did and got life, all that money and stuff that Monet and them have, where they walking around in Fendi and Range Rovers everywhere, oh no, they wouldn't be able to spend like that. They'd have so many people watching them. Yeah, Reggie, Ghost was a ghost, but I wouldn't say they're low level because if they getting 10, 15 bricks, if they're having easy access to this, and this is after everything is messing up. You remember when we first met them, they were really into the game. In the beginning of season 1, they were actually into the game. It's just when everything got messed up and they started losing their muscle. And then that's when they got into it with GTG. That's when they started losing all their bricks. He never said he had the privilege of meeting Lorenzo, but I knew something was up with that. If he knew Little Guap dad, then he knew Lorenzo. And that's why, like I said, we didn't get to do episode 1, but Kaine was like, you don't know my dad? He's locked up. Now, I don't know if Mecca was downplaying that, and that could be a good thing for him to downplay it, because this whole episode, we've seen that he actually knows Monet, and they've been doing stuff since they were younger. So that's probably why he was like, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to be involved in, you know what I'm saying, your dad's stuff, because I might be your dad. I mean, I didn't say that out loud. But one thing we seen here was he's telling Kaine straight up, you got to get rid of all these little dudes. These little low-level thugs that you messing with, we already seen how Guap was living. They were in a warehouse having parties and stuff. Like, y'all not going to be able to do anything living like that. He definitely downplaying it. I agree, Kendall. I bet he is in the mix somewhere with Kaine. Could be the dad. That's what I'm leaning on. He may be the dad of Kaine, and then the other two are just, they're Lorenzos. We're going to see how it acts, because I think that's one reason why he's actually bringing Kaine in and teaching him the game more of a, you know what I'm saying, like, this is what you need to do. Because you remember when he brought those bricks over, he started asking them, and he knew kind of that Kaine, you may have robbed your people for this, because you know all those bricks that he switched out with sugar. And this goes back to what's his name, this goes back to what Reggie's saying. I don't think Tariq had anything to do with switching out the bricks to turn it into sugar. Kaine did this for the simple fact that Monet had kicked him out the family. So for him, you hear him, he's telling everybody, I want to go and do my own thing. So Tariq wouldn't benefit anything from switching it out to sugar, because he's getting the work from Monet. He has to get good product to sell within the school, because if not, he's going to go under. So Kaine did this all by himself because he's trying to build his own organization. I steal from my mom, give it to Mecca, and sell it back to my mom. Now my mom needs me. And that's exactly what happened, because she fell for it. Monet's supposed to be this big street person that knows everything. Come on now. Monet's out here messing up. She over here, Kaine, you could be back in the family, but don't forget where you came from. You need to chill. Kaine got the connect. Kaine got your bricks and finessing you out of your money. Come on, Monet. You out here thinking you running the game. Lorenzo might get out and go against the other guy. I don't think Lorenzo's getting out. He's in there for life. So he's going to be locked down. If he gets out, that's going to be very, very far-fetched. If he does somehow get out on the show, in real life, a guy escaping life, especially at the status that Lorenzo was, they're going to be on his ass. It's not going to be your local NYPD looking for him. The feds are going to be after him. So I don't think they can make it. Well, it's power. Never mind. They could make it far-fetched like that to Lorenzo's out on the loose. He's seeking vengeance against Mecca. I call him Dante. His mama named him Dante. I'm going to call him Dante. According to Courtney Kemp on IG, Mecca isn't Kaine's dad. All three of the kids are Lorenzo. All right, well, that clears things up. I like when Courtney gets on there and she gives us that, because in my head, I can run off and give y'all a whole nother storyline if Mecca was the father and what the story could be. Monet's losing her edge. Yeah. My thing is, let me see. Where is it at? Just with this scene here where she goes and visits Lorenzo. Lorenzo's in jail for life. And she's talking about, oh, it's the same old thing. You know what I'm saying? It's 22 years. It's our anniversary. He's in prison. And she's talking about he's the only one that held you down. He was the father of your kids. He wanted his kids to be straight. So he wasn't holding you down. He was looking out for his family like a man's supposed to. And now he's in here. He provided you this whole lifestyle. And you talking about it's the same old thing. I need something else. I need more. You were having sex with a cop. My man's in here holding it down. I'm wearing the same old lingerie. Hell, I just seen you in the Fendi outfit. I just seen you and Diana going to the store. They had to spend at least 30, 40, 50 G's on all the designer stuff for the bags to package that work in. Yeah, Brooke. I respect Mary and everything she does. I think she is one of the weaker actors on the show, but it seems like the storyline this year was written for her a little bit, just to showcase her and give her flowers while she's still alive. I like the character. It's just the acting sometimes. I'm like, I don't know. Oh, so it looks like y'all don't really. I actually hate when Courtney does that. Let us live. Courtney Kemp lies through her teeth most of the time. She told us last year that Ghost had a secret brother, or that Power season 1 through 6 took place in 6 months. All of a sudden, Tariq's age from, and Yasmin was like 4 or 5 years old. Now she 13 years old. Tariq, I don't want to go. I'll be good. Hell, all that shopping and she can't buy anything new. Yeah, like, come on now. You got all this money. Y'all got stuff in the house. I don't know, man. It's a little fishy to me. I think Monet, she was used to Lorenzo doing everything. So now she's really out here. We see how she's running her kids. She talk bad to these kids. She don't let them do anything. Like, come on, man. Diana, you want Diana to take over doing the money for Zeke when he goes to the NBA, so you can exit the dope game, but you don't want to let her go to school. She's in here on a tablet trying to figure things out. Now that's fine and dandy. I have an accounting class, and if I need some help, I'll go on YouTube and look up some stuff. But I'm not doing books for anybody. Like, if I ever decide to go back and work for somebody, no, don't ask me to do the books. I'm not certified. I'm not a CPA. I can't do that. And you're asking Diana, no college experience, learning this on the fly. You don't need no school. Tariq's there. Damn, Mom, I'm just trying to help I'm trying to help the family out. This is the best role for Mary. It's when she does other types of roles that I'm like, come on now. I don't know, man. I just always see Mary as playing like a mom in something. If Lorenzo finds out about Mecca, that could be interesting to see. Yeah, that would be interesting. I don't know how much pull he has on the streets anymore. I know inside the prison he can make things happen, but on the outside, we leaning on Kaine to be the muscle of the Tejada family. So I don't know. I can't educate myself, Ma. Hey, for real, Zoe, like, when we talk about people not letting kids do anything, and she sat there and told her, you don't need to go to school. Dang, Ma. I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to better myself. And not only that, if you listen to when they were trying to get these windows fixed and put the bars up, Diana said, Mom, we don't need to do the back windows. You're saying that would be a waste of money. She's talking about, oh, no, we need to do it. It's an investment. Yeah, I mean, the price of the building will go up if you do get the windows and stuff. That's if you're selling it. But if you're just holding on to it because it's closed and shot up, it's not making any money. So Diana's actually telling her how to make money moving forward. And Monet's like, nope. We gonna spend money. She's like, Ma, we don't need to do that. Plus, we depending on Tariq to move all the work we got. We depending on I wouldn't even call it we depend on a college student to make all this money for us. I can't see Monet on the show. for the duration of the series. Kaine gonna run that operation. I give her one more season. I hope they don't give Monet her own season. Diana gonna become the new Tariq and pop her bombs. Dang, so it looks like ain't no one really feeling Monet. She just trying to do her thing. But if the people speak, 50, you gotta listen. 50, if you tune into this, the people saying Monet might not need to make it after this season. Monet fell to the bottom of parenting list. All right, let's just get something straight. Tasha was a bad mother. Raquel is a bad mother. Monet is the worst mother in the Power series. I'm like, man, what the heck? She has to be the worst. Monet is stuck. Diana not getting caught up with a dude that she's stifling her. Yeah. I mean, she's not even really worried about Tariq. Yeah, she's interested in Tariq, but come on now. Tariq has a lot on his plate. Hell, he got to finish school. And he still got to do Zeke's homework. Let's not forget about that. Even though Zeke's declaring for the draft. I guess that really doesn't matter. Oh yeah, the Tommy installment is gonna be nice. I want to see if Tommy. I think that they mentioned that Tommy might show up in this season again, like one more time before he heads out, which would probably be good. Just to get that hype back into book 4 force. Tommy shows up, he leaves New York, and then that's where he picks up where we seen him last in this season. All right, support gaming. Where is it at? Theory. Little Guap is going to be the last man standing for 6 seasons. I don't think book 2 is going to go for 6 seasons. It might hit 3, maybe 4, but that's going to be stretching it. At that point, Tariq needs to either get out the game. Like, I think he'll eventually go right and get out the game. Because I figure by the time they get to season 3, Tariq in real life, he should be about like 22, 23. He should be moving on to bigger and better things. And this Power was just a start for him. 50 Cent not the only. Yeah, 50 isn't the only producer. And he isn't even a writer. All he does is executive produce. He might get like 1 episode out the whole series. But still, he overall pushes it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever 50 says is going to drive it. But y'all see how Monet is. We know she has the kids, but she's telling everybody, my exit strategy is Zeke goes to the NBA. I'm going to be his manager. I'm going to be his manager, his agent. Diana, you're going to make sure the money's good, but you're not going to be able to get an education for it. You're just going to have to figure it out on your own. You're going to go from managing a couple $100,000 to millions. And Drew, you're going to follow Zeke around and be like his personal assistant. Now, we all know how Zeke acts. And you see this face right here. This is the face Zeke gives you for anything he does. Oh, come on, Zeke. Now, Monet's asking him to make sure that all of his off-court distractions are handled. I don't think he's going to be able to handle anything. I just don't trust Zeke doing anything. Antonio Brown Jr., you think Ghost's still alive? No, it's a stretch. Nah, Ghost's long gone. They ain't bringing him back. He moved on to other movies. Like I said, that's what people are supposed to do. You're supposed to use these series. You build you up a name, and then you go on. So that put him into the light. Like, okay, he did a good job, 6 seasons. Go do your movies. Sometimes you get too big for your own show. And that's what he did. So I don't think he's alive. There's no way you can bring him back. What up, Chris? What up? What up, Perp? Yeah, Zeke, I'm deciding to join the draft. They like, oh, okay. What about, you know what I'm saying? Is this because of the injury or any of y'all off court things? Oh no, man, I'm back recovering and stuff. I'm gonna get right. Dude played like 4 games. And if I could pull up his stats, he probably only averaged like 10 points, 6 rebounds, maybe 1 assist. Zeke looked like a guy that turned the ball over a lot, probably like 5 turnovers a game. I got him in the second round, people, especially coming off of injury. And he ain't took Stanfield to nowhere. Like, come on now. Zoe, I'm waiting on my crush. It crushed my heart. I'm waiting on Ghost to come back. Nah, Ghost gone. Y'all better, hey, it's a better chance of me coming back into the show. You know what I'm saying? Me getting a character than Ghost coming back. He's gone. Y'all might have Mo on here. And, they could put me on here, and what I could do is I could be a character, and I could, because Carrie, she got the feds on her. I ain't trying to mess with Carrie right now. You know, so I got a lot to live for. I'm not getting locked up with her. Cute, but I'm not getting locked up with her. Now, where's my favorite character? I know y'all don't really like him, but where is my favorite character at? Dang, do I have him? Tariq and Grandma. Oh, here we go. My favorite character, Sax. I could see you on that show with Raising Kanan. I could be on Raising Kanan. I could do that. You know what I'm saying? I was born in the 80s, so yeah, I was up through the 90s and stuff. I could do that. You know what I'm saying? I seen some things, you know what I'm saying? Life wasn't that good growing up. Humble beginnings. Yeah, I could be on Raising Kanan. But I tell you one thing, I slapped the hell out of Kanan. But we talking about 2 kids pretty much living the same life. Tariq is going through the same thing Kanan did, just without cell phones. That's all it is. He's following in the same footsteps. I could be Ghost's half brother. Hey, now that'd be dope. If I was Ghost's half brother. Ah, man, it'd be a lot of things differently though. Me and Tommy, we be running these streets all day and all night. Cause we ain't running no organization like Ghost. I'm actually in the streets, you know what I'm saying? We got Club Truth, but Club Truth, we're gonna be having them things in there. That's what we really gonna have. And Tariq, he gonna be rolling with Uncle Mo. Okay, there. We gonna show y'all. You think him and Kanan was a bad duo. Wait till you see me and Tariq. But yeah, Blaine Truth, I like Sax. Sax, he messes up. But Sax can also get the job done. Since we've seen him in the original Power, everything that he's done, he may do some dirty things, some crooked things, but he knows the laws and he knows his way around. You know what I'm saying? So he may be able to manipulate the system. But Sax is one of the good guys. You know what I'm saying? Whether you like him or not. And the reason I picked this scene right here with Sax and Davis is because even though they don't really like each other or work with each other, they have to work with each other the whole time. They're still low key going behind each other's back. You need to teach your nephew Tariq how to throw them hands. Oh man, look, we ain't in the throwing hands business. Uncle Mo and nephew Tariq, we in that packing that steel. It ain't no throwing no hands, not with what we doing out here. No. Lorenzo's half brother. Come on, man. I'm black, people. I'm not gonna be Lorenzo's half brother. I could be Ghost's half brother. I am black. I just light skinned. I got mixed up somewhere. But both of my parents are black. Lorenzo's half brother. Unless Lorenzo has a black father. Or a black mother, one of them. Hey, Antonio Brown, no, throwing bullet business. Hey, we got to protect money. I'm talking about, you seen all the bricks that Kaine had? If we moving all that, we can't throw no hands. We seen what happened when Braden was throwing hands this episode. Braden was getting his ass whooped throwing hands. Monet needs to be sleeping on. Yeah, Diana can actually make things happen. Let me see what game it said. It's too early to say, but imagine book 2 ending with a time skip and Tariq and Ghost Age, and he realizes he wants to get out the game and attempts to go legit. Yeah. Now, Simon is back. And we know Simon is actually the guy that set up everything for Tariq. He's been working closely with Ghost when he was alive. And he also is going to, I won't say he's really looking out for Tariq, but he's looking out for Tariq in some sense, you know. And we also know Councilman Tate, he trying to get back in the game. Ever since Ghost messed him over, he's really been after it. Like Kaine is his son, right? And he is dark as night, no shade. Let Courtney tell it. Yeah, you know, I probably could. I don't know though. A storyline for Lorenzo having a half brother or like, that'd be kind of cheesy to me and kind of corny. Cause I mean, they're already throwing in the maybe Mecca is, you know, Kaine's father, even though Courtney said he isn't. It'll be too much. Oh, this is a half brother. They just have to introduce me as another character, or like an assistant to Tate or something off the streets. Well, Kendall, what was her name? Sack's niece. You remember they got rid of her after they found out that her uncle was Sachs. They didn't want anything else to do with her, and that's when Tariq was trying to tell Braden, you got to get rid of her. Riley, or I think it was Riley. But Tariq, they got rid of her. She can't do anything. You remember when she went to court? Tariq was there and she went to court and she was saying, oh, my uncle used to be a district attorney. So she's done. There's nothing she can do because they just can't trust her. And if anything, she'll just be a junkie. Like, Simon still doesn't know about course correct, which Tariq did behind his back. No, Simon definitely doesn't know. Simon didn't want to invest in it either. But what Simon does know is there's a lot of attention at the school with Jabari being dead. Tate, you know, I don't really care what you do, but if you want, you know what I'm saying? If you want to get some information on Congressman Sweeney, you could take this job, you know what I'm saying? And you can dig up some dirt that way. But what Simon is doing is covering his back because at the end of the day, he's an important person to Stansfield School. So all of his investments and stuff, if he can fill that void, this is kind of low key taking the attention off of Stansfield professor killed. Well, we filled that spot with another black person. So as long as Simon is doing that and filling all these spots, he's looking good and he'll still be a good investor. Because you got to remember, all executives do this. Like everyone is the top level. They do things to cover their back. Even if it is dirty, you might think, oh, that's wrong. They just replaced Jabari like that. Because you heard Carrie even say, oh, they're just replacing a black person with another black person. But most people, especially the white people with power, they're going to cover themselves no matter what. And that's why he told Tate, I don't care what you got going on personally. I'm going to get you in there. And if you want to figure out some stuff while you working there, cool. Because Simon doesn't want his image looking bad. So what about Bash Stern, who helped Tariq? I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I'm not sure how that will work. But I do know Simon knows Tate, just like we know Tate. You see him proposing that toast? He said, look, when you get there, you remember Carrie Mildred? Yeah, it'll be some eye candy for you there, at least if you get in there. And that's why Tate picked up that glass. Like, shoot, you know exactly what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to drink a little bit because at least I got something to look at. Now, back at the school, we got Tate coming in. He's got Jabari's old office, but of course we know we got the police officers there interviewing everybody, trying to figure out, what did you know about Jabari? Did you meet with him? Did you do anything with him? Me personally, If the cops ever came and was asking questions, hey Mo, what do you know about your professor? All I know is I come into class, he was a good guy. You know what I'm saying? I seen him the day before he died, but I mean, all of us see him. I went in there, was turning in some work. That's it. I don't know nothing else. Yeah, I don't think Riley's gonna have anything to do with this season. I mean, there's nothing that she could really do unless Tariq hits her up and is like, hey, do you have any information on Saxe that they could use? But at this point, Saxe is really, he's going to be working a lot, especially him and Davis, after Davis found out that Carrie is the prime suspect and they're trying to get this money from Tariq. So other than that, that's the only way I could see Riley coming back is if they try to use her for dirt on Saxe. But at this point, everyone knows Saxe is dirty. And now he's a, you know what I'm saying, he's a private attorney. He works at a private practice. Davis is going to represent him. So he's pretty much safe because Davis is like one of the top lawyers in New York. Saxe, he's a top lawyer too. Also, he was in the DA. So he knows a lot and it's going to be hard to bring him down. They ain't going to do nothing but tie that up. And you know, they know all the legal stuff in the system. Carrie got more bodies than Angela. Hey, facts. And I'm looking to be one. Hell, she giving it up to Zeke and Jabari. Hell, I even think Detective Kevin got some. Cause you seen how he was acting. Oh, you lied to me. Like shit. All right. We'll give it to Lorenzo's half brother Mo. You know what I'm saying? Has anything been said about Redmond? Nah, Chris. So the only thing we know about Redmond is he's Davis's brother. He's in jail. So we don't know anything about him. Now that is interesting. I could see Davis's brother being in jail. That could bring up something with Lorenzo and him getting some information to Davis about Lorenzo, especially dealing with Monet and the Tejada family. So that could be a link there. Like he's locked up. He heard this, heard that, which could tie Tariq into it. Because, you know, Davis and Saxe, they're trying to get Tariq to go down, too. They're trying to get money and they're also trying to get him to go down also. He had a manslaughter charge also. Yeah. Her and Davis have a past as well. What if he killed someone for Davis? I like that theory, though. He could have done something for him, like, and that's why he's in there. But he's holding it down. We're gonna get some more backstory on him. You know, I like going on and reading like the little fandom things that they have for the Power, just so I can know the backstory. But the only time I actually show that on the screen is when you guys, you know, saying if we want to know a little more, because we can look up if Riley's in any episodes this season or not, and see if she has anything, or we can see what the next time Method Man is gonna be in here. Oh, you mean health wise? No, I haven't heard anything about him in his in real life. I mean, I can look it up, but I don't know. It's just Method Man. He may be. I know he still smokes weed, but he may have got rid of like the liquor and stuff, and he's just his body's going through it, trying to adjust to getting off everything. Yeah, because they even brought it up. Let me see. It says Redman does not have any illness as of 2021. He's not mentioned being sick or suffering from anything. It was just a rumor spread when they seen episode 1 of Power Book 2. And they said in 2015, someone speculated that he may be sick. He looked pale and skinny, but other than that, there isn't any. He hasn't came out and said anything. So I don't know. We just gotta go off of his word. If he hasn't said anything, then I respect if he's keeping it in, but I haven't seen anything on him. Ever notice that Tariq is a junior? His full name on his dorm is Tariq James St. Patrick. I ain't know he was a junior. I don't know. Like, my first name Julius. I'm not no junior. My pops wouldn't put his first name in front of Julius. I'm not gonna tell y'all that because y'all don't need to know that. But me and my dad got the same name. I just have Julius in mine. So But I ain't no junior though, so I ain't know you could be a junior and not have the same first name. Man, you learn something. Yeah, Chris, I mean, people looked in, you know what I'm saying? I looked in too, you know what I'm saying? That's because I was cutting some weight. Got a little trip coming up, but that's neither here or there. Let me see. What else we got? The opening scene. We didn't even discuss that. We young Tariq, where we actually got to see Kaine. And Kaine was in his ear telling him, you need to grow up, bruh. Ma, where are you at? He just reliving everything. Now, if you listen closely to what Tasha was telling them, give me your shirt. She was walking them through catching a body. You remember when Kaine caught his body and Raquel was walking him through the same thing. Give me your clothes, put it out. And remember, Kaine got shot at. So they're actually going through the same exact things. Tariq is a little bit older, 3-4 years older than what Kaine was when he went through it. But it's the same storyline that they both had. And that's what's significant about Kaine being here. Talking about, yeah, you need to grow up. You need your mama. But also, Tariq is the reason his mama's gone. You caught a body and let your mama take the charge. Now she got locked up. Now she's in protective custody. Well, not protective custody, but she's under the witness protection, all because of Tariq. Kaine hunting Tariq's dreams like Freddy Krueger. I won't even say he's hunting them. I think what Kaine is doing, I won't say he's hunting him. He's trying to build him into who Kaine was. Because at this point, let's be real. Tariq shot his dad, but he was in there shaking. You don't get no cool points on the streets for killing your pops, especially when your dad was trying to do good for you. You know what I'm saying? Tariq ain't put in no real work. He killed Jabari. Okay, you got a teacher on you. He hasn't got he actually has another body on him too. He got a little bit in him, but he ain't built for this life. He definitely ain't built for this life. So Kaine is really trying to build him and prepare him for what you going down that path, you better be prepared for it. Now, I was always wondering, after he answered the phone, yeah, Ray Ray was his first body. Now, Ray Ray was a legit kid, you know what I'm saying? I tried to say kill, but I said hit at the same time. But yeah, Ray Ray was a legit one. But no, Ray Ray was still a righteous kill. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he was out in the streets with it, into it with somebody and pop. Because when his sister got hit, he hid. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't out here really in these streets banging like that. All of his stuff is, oh, I got these kills, my pops, I got Jabari. You killed Ray Ray, but that was a righteous kill. You had to do that for survival. It's not like he was beefing with somebody and just went out there, seen them, and it was on sight. So at this point in my book, Tariq got bodies, but he ain't really doing nothing. Kaine got them in Tasha's absence. Yeah, we don't even know where Tasha is. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. The reason Tasha hasn't showed up in season 2 is because she's actually recording Queens. I do those shows too. I actually got to do the last episode. But that's what they do. Whenever you see a character missing or not showing up, that's because they're recording something else. So she is I won't even say reoccurring. She is a star, one of the co-stars on the show Queens. So that's where Tasha is. She couldn't be for the filming of this, so they had to put her in witness protection. They did that right because they knew she had that coming up. So we ain't gonna talk about grandma hitting that drink 5 a.m, 6 a.m. We seen in episode 1, little Yasmin was in the kitchen cooking, place about to catch on fire. Grandma in the back room talking about, Tariq, what's going on here? When'd you get here? Tariq trying to build that alibi. They done locked grandma up. If Kaine hadn't got killed, he could have taught Tariq more about the streets. He even taught him how to scrap. Yeah, he could have taught him a lot of stuff. But at the same time, Tariq was going back and forth between him and his pops. So He was hating his dad, so he was doing all kinds of silly things. You remember he was on lean, like he was passing out off of lean. So Kanan was really trying to separate him from his dad just because of the little issues he had with Ghost. He would have taught him some things, but at the same time, how far would we think he would have went with Tariq if he got rid of Sean? Like if he getting rid of his own kid, I don't know. Maybe he could just see himself more in Tariq because Sean was more of a worker. Hey, babe, Grandma said I deserve a drink, Tariq. First it was your dad, now it's your mom. Now I gotta watch Yasmin. Oh, Raina died. Look, when Ghost was alive, Grandma didn't have to do a damn thing. Let's get that straight. Tasha was chilling, no job. Grandma was at the house chilling, no job. Ghost is making sure they were straight. So it's not like she was really holding it down. And I hate hearing all that. I was supporting because at the point that Ghost was at, he could have hired a maid. He could have hired a cook. Hell, we seen Mecca. Mecca just getting back in the streets and he got a chef. Like anybody can get a chef. The grandmother is our kind of people. Yeah. One thing I didn't like was they called her Big Mama. Grandma ain't putting enough work to be no Big Mama. She said she was only 62 years old. Big Mama is the great grandmother, not just the grandma. You know what I'm saying? You ain't putting no work. Shit. Big Mama is younger than my real mom. So you ain't no Big Mama. My nephews don't call my mom Big Mama because she's just grandma. Big Mama is the great grandma. You got to put in some work. And you in behind the jail, like you ain't no Big Mama. Big Mama don't get arrested. Big Mama chill at the house. Big Mama on Soul Food wasn't getting arrested. She was in the kitchen burning her hand. I shouldn't have said that. She was in the kitchen burning her hand. Facts, Chris. She wasn't doing nothing. She watched, you know what I'm saying? She watched the kids every now and then, but Tariq and Raina, they were old enough. They were like 8, 9 years old. At that age, I was at the house chilling. I'd get off that bus, go behind the house, and we had a tree. And inside the tree, that's where we kept the key. I'd go get that key, go in the house, make me some snacks, watch some cartoons. She wasn't doing nothing. Big Mama know how to handle her liquor. Yeah, that's true. But not this Big Mama. She got behind the wheel. You see, look. CPS needs to show up. Y'all see this right here on her head? This little girl got a Band-Aid on her head. Hair ain't done, just in the ponytail. Grandma all tripping. Grandma at the house. She a worse babysitter than me. I used to watch my nephews go over there and go to sleep. I wouldn't get drunk. You know, I'd drink a little bit, but I'm not about to drive anywhere with my nephews in the car. I'm chill at the house. But nah, Big Mama. Big Mama got a lot on her mind. But you ain't see nothing about, oh man, I was stressing when my daughter was selling drugs out of the daycare and the feds came. She ain't say nothing about that. It was just, I got a lot on my plate. Latchkey kids. That's the truth. That's why your name is Blatant Truth. Blatant Truth tells the truth, people. Big Mama told Tasha in season 1 that Ghost pays her bills. When he died, she lost her income. That's facts. Because Big Mama knew. She knew to play her role. She didn't really get out of line and say nothing much to Ghost because she knew Ghost is paying for everything. Let me just chill. Tasha, on the other hand, I want you to be the biggest dope dealer ever. He's like, why? I have a club, a legit club. We don't have to be the biggest anything anymore. As long as this club's bringing in, they probably making it Club Truth, high end like that. They probably bringing in roughly on like a Friday and a Saturday night. They probably bringing in $20,000-$30,000 profit. During the week, it seemed like they were closed. They may have had like special events, but they were bringing in a significant amount of money that all they really need was the club. And then Ghost could have went on to did something else. But when you ain't the one putting in the work, Tasha, you want bigger things. Just like who we talking about? Monet, you ain't putting in no work. Y'all out here getting robbed and finesse. They didn't hit y'all with 10 bricks of sugar, and you talking about you want more. Kaine got a plug. Even Lorenzo's like, you got to take the plug. If Lorenzo has a plug, you got pounds of sugar at the house. You got to take it. You got to take what Kaine has. I'm a grandma. I'm 35. My mom is 50 and my grandma is 80. My kids call my granny Big Mama. Yeah, see? Your kids call your grandma Big Mama. That's the great grandma. Grandma just isn't Big Mama. You what? What? You just grandma. You ain't got enough people up under you to be Big Mama yet. I feel like if I was bald, I'd have a shot with Monet. Hey, I mean, Chris, that is a point, but you got to remember, why give you that? You got to be bald with the beard. Also, I mean, the cop that they killed, I mean, he had hair, but they were using him for other things. Every now and then you need something on the side. Plus, if you can get the inside information from the police precinct, go ahead and do it. Now, there's probably in real life, like a 20-year, 25-year age gap. But we don't care. Monet out here. Yeah, GTG, they got Monet's work the first season. And that's where the big issue came from. And that's where Kaine actually got into it with Lil Guap at first. And that's how Drew got shot. So they had to do all of that. And Lil Guap actually converted over and started to join up with them. Because he figured, hey, we ain't got no work anyway. Yeah, but I don't know. Because Ghost at the level Ghost was, there wouldn't have been any benefit for him to mess with a Monet, though. That's why he's with Angela, someone he loved in high school. But also, she had that clout. Because Ghost is bigger than what Monet is doing. So he would have known, like, if he would have started messing with her, he would have found out about him easily, especially with his old lawyer. Monet has a type which seems to be Latino. Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to throw that in there just because they're in New York and, a lot of Hispanics got the plug up there. You know what I'm saying? They really got that work. So I don't know if they're doing it like that, but it also plays in with the kids being able to speak a little bit of Spanish. I like the fact that they're showing how people in the game are going live on IG about everything and everywhere. Yeah, man. That's how people get caught up, man. That phone. I tell y'all in every show, if you're going to commit a crime, leave the phone at the house. Never take it with you because all it needs to do is ping or ring one time and that's it. You leave the phone at the house. You don't need to broadcast everything. When I go on trips, I'll post where I'm at, but it ain't the day that I'm there. And if I do post, it might be like an hour or 2 hours later. Especially for Lil Guap. Not only do the police have a record of this, when you in that store live streaming, that's easy for people to come up and pop, pop, pop. Getting caught up in these streets, but you know what I'm saying? That's how it is. Young dudes, young kids, they don't know no better. They think everything has to be broadcasted. Well, I used to have a T-Mobile flip phone, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing broadcasting. I could take a picture. It was grainy as hell. You wouldn't know where I was. Back in my knucklehead days. Could that be when Kaine swapped out the work instead of saying he took it from the other boy, Braden? So they got the work. I don't know when he actually switched it out because Tariq went over to the house to pick it up. Him and Braden went to pick it up. So it had to be in between the time that Monet and them went to the store to buy all the bags. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out when he would have swapped it out. But it had to be in between the time that they went to buy the bags and put them in there. So while they were out, Kaine maybe went to the house and swapped them. And then when they got back, he had the bricks and they put the sugar in there. And that's when they gave it to Kaine and Braden and they had it in the car. Oh, yeah, man. He didn't stand a chance. He went in there. He thought he was doing something too. Broadcasting where everything was. Broke all his fingers. I would have told Kaine right after that, man, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going over there no more. I ain't hanging out with you, man. I got my fingers broke. What y'all think about Drew, though, when he told Zeke everything that's going on? All the stuff that Zeke didn't need to know, because Monet has the best interest in him, which we all know she has the best interest in herself. You think Tariq really really trusts Braden? Braden is loyal to Tariq. But like Effie said, Tariq is out for himself. I think the relationship between Tariq and Braden, if he had to have someone to trust, it would be Braden. He knows that he's kind of a loose cannon and you got to watch him closely. But he knows Braden's best interest is in what Kaine wants to do. It's kind of the similarity to Tommy and Ghost, because Braden wants to be in this lifestyle, but the only way he can be in this lifestyle is dependent on Tariq. So he may do things that you're looking at like, dog, what are you doing? But at the same time, he's trying to make everything right and try to please Tariq, as far as saying, Tariq, I'm loyal. This is what I'm going to do. Now, you seen when they, at the end of season 1, they apologized and they made up as friends, because Tariq was telling them, hey, man, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing nothing to try to harm you, but you got to watch out for Riley. And I was just telling you what I seen. So at that point, that's where Braden looked out. You know what I'm saying? He thought, you know, Tariq really has my best interest. So I don't think it's anything that Braden wouldn't do for Tariq at this point, especially after, you know, when he got shot at last week, he even went out and, you know what I'm saying? He went after the congressman. Like, man, what are you doing? That's messed up. Like, so I think Tariq can trust Braden. That's one person he can trust. Can he trust any of the Tejadas? Maybe Diana, but at the same time, at any given chance, Diana could switch up on him. I wonder how many takes the directors had to film scenes with Zeke's expression. Let me tell you this. When you look at Zeke, you only need one take. He's going to give you the expression you need. Lights, camera, action, Zeke. Drew mad he can't shake the dice right now. Man, so they had... We'll get back onto the little fight scene. They had him in here training with him. He in here, oh man, I can't shoot. When he tried to shoot that ball, it just rolled off his hand. But he told him everything. We're going to be leaving the city. We got to take care of you. We're going to be following you around. Like, hey, Drew, chill. If Zeke knows any of this information, he can go back to Monet. Hey, auntie, y'all going to be following me around if I get drafted? Like, come on, Zeke. Just play basketball and stay focused. I like how they rented out the Summit, though. They didn't get the good gym at the Summit. They got the one, you know, with the outdoors on it, because they probably had some NBA players on the other side. But this is a real gym, people. Real nice gym. I couldn't get access to it when I went up to New York. They said, Mo, you ain't a nobody. You know what I'm saying? You can't come in here. I think Braden is also a great asset for Tariq. Yeah, so with Braden being a Weston, this is a good cover for him. You know, people are going to be less likely to look into anything that he's doing just because of who his parents are. And they can tie up anything like, oh, you messing with a Weston. They didn't donate all this. So even the school Stansfield is going to tell security, hey, chill out on Braden. You know what I'm saying? His family donates a lot of money. Yeah, I agree with you. Drew is sick of Monet. I think everybody's really sick of Monet. Even Diana, she ain't trying to deal with her mom. We see Kaine, he wants to do his own thing outside of his mom. No one's really messing with her. And Tariq, he's just there because she got to work at the moment. But you see, when they got that work, you know what I'm saying? It was sugar. Now, our boy Braden showed up, and Monet was, I mean, not Monet, my bad, Effie, no disrespect. Effie was in there, you know, she was getting her groove on with a girl, and he talking about, you know, I could join y'all if you like, you know what I'm saying, what you got? But she closed the door, and she actually goes out to move some, I don't know how much, you know what I'm saying, she's taking, because it looked like she went to another college student, and she was bringing her a whole brick. I'm like, that's a lot of work for a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, whoever this is, unless they are younger people in the organization. But they got, Effie kept saying the work is stepped on. The work isn't, if it's all sugar and no coke, it's not stepped on. Now, if you're selling a brick of sugar, you're not selling me a stepped on brick. You're selling me a brick of sugar. In order for it to be stepped on, it has to come from 100% coca, and then you mix it with something like baby formula, you know what I'm saying? All kinds of different things. Baking soda. You can mix it with this, so that means you cutting it. So let's just say you got 10 ounces. You know what I'm saying? You step on a little bit, you turn that 10 into 12 because you didn't mix it with some things. They didn't have anything stepped on. They got finessed. We're not going to go into detail about that, but they got finesse, not stepped on. Now they trying to figure it out. And we seen the little, you know what I'm saying, the little fight between Effie and the girl and Braden. That's my boy, but he was getting whooped on. The gun fell down. He didn't even try to throw a punch. When Effie was fighting her, he had all the time in the world to get prepared for whoever ran up on him. The gun fell. He looked at it. Looked back at Effie. The dude came in, knocked his ass out, and had him on the ground. He all bloody and stuff. It's sad. Hey, babe, was the amount of sugar they had? they were making more than 2 jugs of Kool-Aid. They were they were making enough Kool-Aid for a whole football team. Y'all see, when they went back to the house and Monet was cooking, she made that cake. She was putting the sugar on top of it that they got finesse with. But also, when they go back to the room and they figuring it out, Effie doesn't know who Monet is. But we also see that her and Diana, they kind of get into it because we know Tariq's messing with both of them. You know what I'm saying? He's showing them both a good time. Whatever one, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? If it was a Monday, I got Effie. Tuesday, Diana, I pull up on you. Now, Diana, she left the house and drove 2 hours to take Tariq up here. And they seen each other. Effie's like, what, is this your man? She like, who asking? Now, if you heard that, Diana was like, why you want to know? And Tariq's like, oh, it ain't like that. So Diana was kind of being like, yeah, me and Tariq talking. And Effie's like, yeah, whatever. But they had to break them up. The whole time, Braden over here laying on the bed. Oh, man, Tariq, where you been? I'm like, man, don't worry about me. I heard you got your ass whooped. That's what I heard, Braden. You tough guy, but you over here on the bed all bleeding. But at the end, we seen Diana. She put her pride behind her, and she seen everything that Effie's doing. Like, man, you going to school and you serving work? Man, if I could introduce you to my mom, you know what I'm saying? My mom will maybe let me do what you doing. And Effie's asking her, are you smart? Because this is a lot of work. I mean, you know, it is a lot of work. But when you ain't really got nothing to do but pick up a brick or two from Braden and go drop it off, you're not really doing that much work. I mean, tonight you had to get in a fight, but other than that, you just dropping it off and collecting some cash. Effie had to reduce them baby hairs. I'm feeling Monet's old boo is Kaine's dad. Well, they're saying that Courtney said that he isn't Dante. I just think they may have messed around back in the day. We're going to get into that in a moment. But I don't know. There would be a cool storyline, but they're saying Courtney said it's not true. So I don't know what to believe until we actually see it. Let me see what we got here. But yeah, so I mean, Diana, she really wants to be in the game. She also wants to get this education though. So we're gonna see how that actually works out for her. I really don't, unless she enrolls in classes by herself, which I don't know if she's really gonna be able to do. I just think school is out of the picture for her. Also, where's it at? Let me see. We'll go ahead and get in on to, So while they were here, we seen Monet. We know about the windows. She looks outside and she sees the little red Camaro playing. Can you stand the rain? I'm talking about they playing that thing loud as hell too. She can hear it on the inside of the building. So this whole time, Mecca is sending out signals. So we know that at this point we were wondering what's going on here. Who is this? At first I thought it was like a hit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Somebody was saying, Monet, we see you out here. How old are Kaine, Drew, and Diana? Because Monet treats them like they're toddlers. Uh, if anything, I say Diana has to be about Tariq's age, so 18 maybe. Drew might be 19, 20, and then Kaine, I got him at maybe 22, maybe 23. So I think it's Kaine might be like 2, 3 years older, and then Drew and Diana, they may be back to back because they have a closer relationship than any of them do with Kaine, because Kaine was actually working earlier. So yeah, Diana about 18, Drew 19, 20, and then Kaine 22, 23 maybe. So we had the first car pull up here. Like I said, I thought it was a hit or somebody saying, Monet, we know you in there. You know what I'm saying? We watching you. Of course, that isn't what it was. Let me see. What was the next one that happened? I need to start putting these little clips in order so I could just jump back to them for y'all. Oh, I ain't even got it. But we know that she eventually takes the advice from Lorenzo, brings Kaine back to the family because she has that connection. We got the connect now. Drew can come back into the family. I'm not Drew. Kaine can come back into the family. And that's where we see the last signal here. We know the second signal, they drove past the house and Monet was looking out the window. And it was a lady that got out the car. So we're looking at it like, okay, it can't be nothing serious, because any other time when Monet hears anything, she goes straight to the room, grabs the gun, and tells the kids to chill. Now, what I don't get is these kids are supposed to be in the game. They adults. They need to grab that toolie too and get out here and make something shake. Kaine is 22 according to the wiki, if we count that. But then again, power timeline is confusing. Remember how Tariq went from yeah. That's what I said. Kaine might be about 22. I think it's an age gap in between them and Drew and Diana. They may be a year apart. But Monet, she sees the trash can, and of course we know what that leads to. That leads to her meeting up with Dante. Y'all might know him as Mecca, but like I said, his mama named him Dante. I'm gonna call him Dante. So this here, when they met up, Dante's sitting there. We see the actual Camaro sitting out there too, and they pull up at Junior's, and they're talking. Now, allegedly, they used to do this when they were younger. I don't know what kind of plan this was. Hey, I'm gonna pull up to your house. I'm gonna play Can You Stand the Rain, and you know it's me outside. And then I'm gonna knock over the trash cans. This is the sign to meet me at Junior's. Maybe that's how it was, because you gotta think they probably growing up in I don't even know how old Monet is. We know Mary's a little bit older in real life, so I'm assuming on here she's about 40, late 30s, 40 years, well, about 40 if Kaine is 22. So they show up here, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm surprised your dad never knew it was me." You know what I'm saying? But they out here and he gives her his card. So that's why I asked in the poll, do you guys think that Monet is going to find out that Kaine finessed him? If Mecca found that out from the time he got there, oh, you stole from your family, Monet's going to easily piece things together, because you heard what Effie told Diana, and Diana was already asking Drew at the table, hey, did Kaine ask you, you know what I'm saying, did he talk to you about the connect before or after? He's like, oh, he just pulled up on me and started talking to me about it. So if Mecca can figure this out, hopefully Monet can, but if not, that just kills our theory of earlier that Monet is smart. Monet is, someone said that she's falling to the bottom, man. She's falling off. She's not understanding what's going on out here. Mecca is Kaine's dad. He hit that after they had the raspberry swirl cheesecake. Hey, I don't know. My theory is I'm gonna actually do a little breakdown. I'm gonna read some things, and I'm actually gonna put up a video this week. Could he be the father? We know Courtney said he isn't, but everything is lining up. He's talking about, I wanted to see you one more time. So the last time they seen each other, was it he messed, you know what I'm saying? They messed around and then she went off with Lorenzo and he went and did what he had to do, or what? That's what we want to know. But he did give her the business card. That, you know, that's player right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you talking to a woman, you know what I'm saying? You know, I just want to see you one more time. You handle your business card, you know what I'm saying? This is my Security Plus card here. Show that to somebody, you know what I'm saying? Security Plus, you know what I'm saying? If you need anything done with your computer, you need to upgrade your system, you know, some security checks, holla at me, baby, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up, though, you know what I'm saying? My number on the back. But Mecca played it cool, though. Donna, I don't know if Kaine, we know the dope was in the back of Braden's car and he was keeping it at the house. So I'm thinking Kaine had to get to the work before it even made it to him. Because Monet and Diana, they went to the stores, they bought all the bags, they went home, they took out all the clothes, and then they put the bricks inside of the bags to give to Tariq. Because no one's going to think, oh, it's a Louis Vuitton bag, Fendi bag, Gucci bag, Burberry bags. There's drugs in there. So Kaine had to either probably sneak in the house in between time and get to work and switch it out with the sugar. But you think about it, that's a lot of bricks to be trying to switch out, like carrying by yourself. Like, look at all of that. For Kaine to carry around, let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 keys of sugar, and then take them into the house, switch them out. That's a lot of work to do. Unless you got a big duffel bag, he ain't doing that. So I don't know when he got it. I don't think Lorenzo would have had Kaine beat like that if he was his real son. I could see that, babe, but at the same time, when you in this game, you can't mix business with family. You don't ever want to do business with family, especially when you move in something like this, because at the same time, Kaine did need that beating, just for the simple fact that if something ever came up wrong and it got back to Lorenzo, and Lorenzo's plug was asking Lorenzo why things are wrong, they're not going to go after Kaine. They're going to go after Lorenzo. So it was a learning lesson. That's the streets, though. That's the unfortunate part. Like, you're going to have to turn against your family at some point. You hope you don't have to, but one slip up and it's like, you got to make it correct. Especially if your connect is telling you, oh, Lorenzo, your son messed up, you know what I'm saying, what you're supposed to re-up. You need to handle that, or we going to handle it. So you want to at least get him whooped, because you know you're not going to have him killed. He's going to get beat badly, but at least he'll live. So that could be his son, but the dope game is different than real life. Support gaming. I'm noticing a theme with Power Book 2, ghost recycling themes and elements from the original show. We know Tariq and Braden are obvious examples. Yeah, but I mean that's what's keeping us drawn in, though. You know, We fell in love with the power, you know what I'm saying, the original power. So it's like, if we're going to have these spinoffs, we still want some of that original power in front of us. Because if they just go off and give us our own thing, then it's like, is this really power? I could see them drawing the connection like that just to keep us entertained, especially the OG watchers. Now, they did switch it up. So a lot of younger kids, they're actually going to watch it. And when they see this, for them, they may have never seen Power. So they don't really know the ghost Tommy story, Tasha. So what they're doing is they're replaying it before a younger audience. Because the older ones, we're going to be here. We're here and we're sticking around to see the Tommy spinoff. We want to see the Tate spinoff. We want to see how Kaine was brought up because we are invested into the original Power. All they're doing with this is just drawing in a new thing. And you see 50 Cent brags, and he's supposed to. He brags about all these young artists and actors that he's bringing into these shows and taking them to another level. So that's why they're going to have these reoccurring themes. And that's just business, you know. I mean, it's doing good. We on here, we talk about it. We do 2-hour live streams about it. But 50, he knows what he's doing. He's just giving the new watchers. Because think about it. The original Power came out, what is this, 21? What, 2013, 14? So at that time, that's what, 7 years that kids have got to grown. And they're seeing these actors. It's like, all right, cool. This is what Power is about. So this will make them probably more than likely want to go back and see, all right, Tariq and Braden are doing this. Oh, he's trying to be like his dad. He's getting this from his dad. So that's one thing why they're going to give you these reoccurring themes. Maybe she was involved with Lorenzo and Mecca at the same time. I'm just saying it happens. Well, that is true. That could be very, very possible. Now, you remember, Kanan's dad is actually a cop. She was messing with him because Kanan's father that's in jail was actually gay. So Raquel was messing with two guys at the same time. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It could be possible that Monet done it too. Yeah, thanks, Gaiman. Yeah, that's all it really is. They're going to recycle things, but you got to, from the business standpoint, you got to draw in a newer crowd because you can't, your business is only going to do so good if you stay on that same thing. But if I can stay on this rate with all the watches I already got, and then I can bring in a whole bunch of new people, it's just going to make it spike. So, and then not only that, with syndication, now they're going to go back and watch the old shows. But that's why they're cranking these things out so fast. Boom, you got Raising Kanan, book 2, book 4 is going to drop. They're going to keep dropping them just so fast. So to always keep something on your mind, especially the way technology and the world's moving now. You got music streaming. You don't hear anybody's album really lasting a year just because new music can drop. So the same thing with TV. If I can drop a show and I can get a #1 every Sunday, why not keep pumping it, bringing out different shows? Just like the BMF finale came out. They were #1 all the way up until then. Boom. Power drops the same day. Now you got two shows fighting for that #1. And it doesn't matter who gets 1 or 2 because the whole network wins. And then next week, the other show, Power Book 2, takes back the #1 spot. So it's all business. And that's how you got to look at it. The same with Monet. Like, we all respect and we love what Monet does. Well, Mary J does as far as the music. So bringing her in, that's just going to bring in her audience of fans. You know, we'll get the older demographic of women that used to grow up listening to Mary J. That'll bring eyes to the show. So that's all it is. Whether we like how her acting is or not, it's all marketing. It's all planned out. Now back to our boy Zeke. I don't know why Carrie, a professor, you remember she even told Tate, you're not a professor, just watch me do the class. Why she's telling all this information to an 18-year-old basketball player that you're having sex with that you're not supposed to because he is a student. Monet already told her to leave Zeke alone. Now Zeke comes over here and he think he's doing something. Talking about, yeah, I'm gonna focus on going to the NBA and stuff. Bruh, there was no reason to even come back over here. But just like how we seen with B. Mickey in Kato, you have a young guy and an attractive woman is willingly giving it up to him whenever he wants, especially in this case, an older woman that normally has the power over him because she's the teacher. He's going to continue to do it. Now, don't get me wrong. Carrie is a very, very attractive woman. Now, if I was a student and I had a chance, but that is wrong. That is wrong, people. Don't be like Mo. Don't be like Zeke. Don't do this at all. That is a teacher, and she should be treated as one. Now, after you graduate, now that's a different story. But I'm thinking Detective Kevin and Carrie, they may have had a past. Because the way he's coming in there asking her these questions, where were you at? You the number one, you know what I'm saying? The number one suspect, our prime suspect. And you're messing with a student. So it seems like he was a little upset. Because he said, if I find out that your story actually, you know what I'm saying, your alibi really plays out because of Zeke, I'm getting your lawyers, I'm getting everything. You're getting disbarred. You won't be a professor anymore. And of course, we can't trust Zeke to tell the truth about anything. And I won't say to tell the truth, to keep the truth, because he's going to talk. Zeke, one thing we know about him, he's going to tell everything. It don't matter. I'm telling. What happened? Oh, I'm telling. Nope. I was over there with Carrie. Yeah, we were having sex. I know we're not supposed to because I'm a student and stuff, but you know, we just had to, like, Zeke, shut the hell up. The detective, he does seem a little jealous, but at the same time, maybe he's just doing his job. I know all of us, we don't cooperate with the police or anything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, if somebody breaks in my whip, someone tried to steal my truck, I ain't gonna lie to you. I called the police, had to file a police report. That's the only way I could get the insurance done. Other than that, I ain't really talking to no police officers unless it's like something very, very significant. Like, I don't know, but maybe this cop is really just doing his job. Not all cops are bad, people. Not all cops are bad. And he's cracking down. The detective and her definitely had a past because he was in his feelings. Yes, he was. And you know who else is trying to creep over there? Mr. Davis. He came over there. She like, oh, you ain't got your ring on. He's like, oh, man, we working. Come on, Carrie. So Detective Kevin, he's doing all kinds of searching, especially after Tariq put in his head, oh, yeah, Carrie, her and I really don't know because I've been doing a lot of homework and I got my mom's case, but her and Professor Reynolds, they had an argument at a dinner. I don't know if Lauren told you that. Tariq over here snitching, talking to the law and bringing other people in. I don't know if Lauren told you, but they had a huge argument, so maybe there could be something there. Now Davis, he doing just like Tate. So right now we got we got Zeke. He still wants that. Let's be honest, Carrie. If it wasn't for Monet, he'd still be over there. We got the jealous detective, Councilman Tate. He trying to get in there too. You already seen him. He was looking at that when she walked by. And we got Davis. I don't know what Davis and her past is. I mean, they know each other. It may be on a professional level because he was a lawyer and she used to work at a DA office. But he's telling her, you a prime suspect. You need a lawyer. And I was saying in the recap, for a murder case, the same thing happened with Tasha. They got Davis. Now, Davis, he's low-key doing it pro bono. But at the same time, he's getting money on the back end from Tariq. But in the instance of Carrie, you're facing a murder. You're a professor. We know you don't make that kind of money. In a murder of a co-worker who you going in New York, you're going to probably need $250,000 for a retainer fee. And a retainer fee is the money you give to the lawyer up front. So, you know what I'm saying? She's going to probably need that in total for the whole case. $500,000, For murder, $500,000. Even though Zeke wasn't there, he'd snitch and say Tariq shot goes in right. Hey, facts. Zeke could start talking about all kinds. He got course correct. There's a thing called course correct. I just found out. My cousin Drew actually told me. You know, Drew. Yeah, my auntie, she's a big time drug dealer. Her husband is actually in jail. My uncle Lorenzo. So Course Correct is really a drug organization that they run through the school. Like, Zeke, shut the hell up. Down in Washington, can't put hands on your mom. That's why Kaine had to be whooped. Lorenzo told him. That's true. And that's what I say. It was a correcting. It was a learning experience. That's all that was. Davis is funny, but Davis gets the job done. He may try to backdoor people, but he told Tariq, hey, you gonna need somebody with some clout, like Councilman Tate or something, because I even said it in the recap. He's a lawyer. He can get you off of criminal stuff. But when you get into the family court systems, that's a whole different ball game. Those lawyers, they really be on their game. And the judge, they're less lenient when it comes to the family courts. And the family matters, especially with kids, they don't really play. They mess up less in the family courts than they do, you know what I'm saying, in the civil and in the criminal courts. As far as making sure that the kid is safe, you know what I'm saying. The family courts, they do break a man's pockets when it comes to this, you know what I'm saying? Taking care of kids. You make $100,000 a year? Oh yeah, your kid needs $3,000 a month. Like, damn, $3,000 a month. I'm an adult. I live in the Bay. I don't even spend $3,000 a month outside of my rent. Like, come on now. I think this month of November, I may have spent like $1,200, $1,500 on myself. They talking about $3,000 in child support. The hell with that. Last year at Lauren's parents' house, the dinner party, Japari and her were arguing. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Well, it's Carrie. So I want to say I don't know what their actual past is, but it's Carrie. And he doesn't have his ring on. So he didn't have his ring on when they were banging. Let's just be honest. Carrie's banging anything. It's only a matter of time before me, Tate, and possibly Tariq get a piece. But, that's neither here or there. Would it surprise anyone if Tate and Milgram eventually smash? That's exactly what I just saying. I just seen the comments. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I might even be in line. You know what I'm saying? Season 3, they got me. I'm getting conjugal visits because Carrie, at this point, you going down. There ain't no way out of this. Speaking of Lauren, now they out at the bonfire. We know Braden doesn't want to pledge. He doesn't want to become a Kappa like his brother. Him and his brother, they really don't get along at all. But Lauren's out there, and Tariq finally gets rid of this cell phone. The night that Detective Kevin called, and hello? I would have been and got rid of that phone. I actually thought Tariq was going to put the phone in Carrie's drawer, since he's already told Kevin, Carrie had an argument. I thought he would have put called the number back, threw it in the drawer, put it somewhere. So when they did call back, it'll ring at, in the desk. But who knows? But Lauren was up there. And right now, Tariq has a lot on his hands. Course correct. Trying to find the plug, with Monet. Or trying to get right with her. The Jabari body. Trying to get his sister out of there. Diana, Effie, Braden, him and Kaine. Tariq has a lot going on. Lauren and Tariq never get a chance to smash. Like, Tariq, turn off your phone for once. Yeah, that's the... Well, they could have a chance. It's just they be doing all kinds of extra stuff. She talking about you want to get out of here. She takes this food to the roof, and then they want to get the kissing, and she gets upset. Why would you go to the roof? First of all, y'all got coats on. Y'all sitting in front of a bonfire. It's cold outside. What sense does it make to go on the top of a roof in New York City? That wind about to be chopping. Y'all need to go back to the room. If you wanted to do something with Tariq, quit stalling. Go back to the room. But when they get up there, though, Diana's calling because at the house, you remember, Kaine, this is the point where Kaine came back to the family and she was asking Drew, when did he talk to you about that? You know what I'm saying? About the connect. So he's like, hey, look, I got the perfect spot. So it looks like the work, they're going to be putting it on the roof. Now, the only thing is, and this is my theory, and I'm probably right on this one. I think I'm about 85 to 90% right. Now, Tariq says he found a perfect spot to put the work at, especially since someone has stole it. They're going to put it on the roof. Lauren is going to go up there and see it, and she's going to find out that Tariq is in the game. Now, Effie and Diana already know Tariq's in the game. Once Lauren finds out, she's going to be real hurt, and she's going to say, oh, Tariq, is this the reason? It could be two scenarios. Tariq, is this the reason why we never get a chance to be alone? You're working and moving drugs? Or, oh, Tariq, this is a turn on because we know her family is very prestigious. They don't want Tariq to be around. They want her to mess with the old lame dude. I won't say he's lame because he's a young black brother trying to educate himself and move on. But she's going to say, oh, Tariq, this is what you do, drugs? You should continue to do that. That turns me on. And now Tariq got him a girl that ain't in the game, but enjoys all of the gold that comes from it. That's just two scenarios there. In high fashion, you right. They playing around. Like, I'm not going to the roof. When I was 18 years old, 19 years old, I didn't go to college when I was at that age. I was working, but you know what I'm saying? I would meet women that I was interested in. We ain't going to no roof. What we gonna see up here? I didn't see in New York. My dad was James St. Patrick. I used to be in helicopters. I know what it looked like up here. The hell? But I could definitely see that happen between Lauren. She either gets upset that he's in the dope game and she separates herself, or she can enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, Tariq. And that would definitely cause a problem with Diana. Now, Effie already said she's giving up Tariq. You can have him. But on the other hand, Diana, I don't like Lauren. You shouldn't hang with her. Carrie did date a dude, and I think that's why he is going so hard regarding the Jabari. Davis hit it too. I think because she mentioned, yeah, that's what the argument was about, her messing around with people. And it's Davis. Come on now. From what I be seeing, women love Davis McLean, a.k.a. Method Man. Yeah, babe, they can't lead the work outside, but this is power, man. Tariq is a little bit smart. They may find like a container or something to put it in. You know what I'm saying? They'll have like this is a seal-proof thing. No one ever comes up here. It's also power, so, you know, anything is possible. Effie is going to steal Diana from Tariq. I don't know. I think Tariq he'll smash, but it won't be no more than that. And I think out of all three of them, Effie, Diana, and Lauren, I think Effie will be the one that he actually cuts off. Like, hey, it can't be nothing more than just business. You know what I'm saying? I could see him and Lauren actually dating. Since they haven't done anything, they could end up dating. He does something with Diana, and then Effie is the one, hey, it's just business. We can't do anything. You know what I'm saying? That's just my theory and what I predict between all of it. But we shall see, though. We shall see. Because, I mean, it could go either way. If he did date Effie, the only ones that could be removed from the storyline would either have to be Effie or Lauren. That's the only two that could actually be removed from the storyline. Like, let's say they cut Effie off. If we don't see Effie anymore, cool. They can find someone else at the school to sell to. If we don't see Lauren anymore, I mean, she's in the class, but if they just like beefing, that's cool. The storyline will still be all right. You know what I'm saying? But you can't get rid of Diana from being involved with Tariq just because she's connected to Monet. Tate gonna hit. Yeah, Tate, he working. You know what I'm saying? Tate is working. That's one thing about him. And that's another reason. And when Simon told him, you have something to look at up there, our boy Tate, he's too distracted to date anybody. That's true. But let's be honest. This is 2021. These kids ain't really dating. They just smashing. Like, okay, this is my girl. We smashing. Oh, Tariq, I thought we were together. Oh, man, we were just smashing. So, I don't know. I think Braden did better in this episode than Tariq when it came to getting his ass beat. True. Braden did get whooped on, though. He didn't really stand a chance out there. When Tate said follow him on Twitter, I was doing, oh man, he in front of the class. Hey, my name is Councilman Tate. You guys probably know me. Matter of fact, follow me on Twitter. She like, hey, chill. We are not doing that in here. But that's a good way to plug it because you got to remember these kids. I believe the children are our future. So he was doing the right thing. He's reaching out to them. Even though he slept with her, Tariq don't trust Effie because she set him up. Yeah, he don't trust her. It's just business at this point. Shoot, Braden didn't care. He was trying to get in there and see what he can do. Lauren finds Tariq's work and transfers to another school out of fear. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could either go two ways. She sees the, you know what I'm saying? Lauren sees the work and she's not with it. Or two, it might take her take her a minute to get accustomed to it, but then she's like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to rock with it. Just trying to figure out how everybody ties in. Because we could say, would you say Diana would be Tasha and then Lauren would be Angela? Would you look at it as that aspect? As far as if we were to take what power, you know what I'm saying, the real power was, and then take this, would you be able to equate them two to those characters? If Lauren finds out about Tariq selling drugs, she might go confront Braden about it. I don't know how it would connect. I'm trying to think, how is Lauren's relationship with Braden? They know of each other. I don't think they're close enough for her to go talk to Braden and say, hey, Braden, y'all selling drugs. Because at the end of the day, he's moving to work for him. And he's going to take Tariq's side just because Tariq's keeping him in the game. Yeah, fashion. Like, I think that's how you could do it. You could put Diana in the role of Tasha. You know what I'm saying? He'll get with her. They could be serious, but the whole time he wanted Lauren. And we seen just like Ghost and Angela, they never got a chance to mess around really when they were in school. And that's why the whole circle came back and they got together. And we seen him and Lauren haven't actually got to do anything at all. So it's like it keeps getting stopped. So you could put them in those two roles of Angela and Tasha. Matter of fact, let me see something. Do they got? No, I think this is a wrong one. Where is it at? I thought I had it saved. Oh, here we go. Book 2 goes. Not necessarily. I do think because Monet is trying so hard to keep Diana from Tariq, it's going to draw them closer. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying she's going to be Tasha. I'm just saying that if we had to pick somebody that they could correlate to in the actual Power series, I could see Diana being Tasha's role and then Lauren being like Angela because she's not into the game or anything. And she doesn't really know what's going on at this point. What he loves. The trailer. No, man, they ain't giving me nothing. Main cast, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, they ain't really talking about nothing on here. They ain't got nothing updated. But this is STARZ Power Fandom. They give you a little information, a little backstory on some people. So this is one thing I look at from time to time, just to read and see, you know what I'm saying, what they think about the show. Not all of it is accurate, so I won't even say some of it. Most of it is just theory based, you know what I'm saying? Just like how we on here. That's all they really do on there. I can see Effie being Tasha because she's more street smart. Was Tasha really street smart though? From what we know about Tasha, she wasn't really the brightest when it really came to doing things. I mean, she knew a little bit that she learned. One thing we did know about Tasha is she had a lot of bodies on her too, her and Carrie. Kendall said, I think if Lauren finds, oh, we read that one. Not necessarily. I do think because Monet read that one. It might be reversed. Lauren will probably be with Tariq. It might flip over to Diana. I don't know. It's really hard to call at this point. You know, we don't really have much on Lauren. We know a little bit about Diana, and we know Monet's trying to keep her away. But I think maybe episode, I won't say 3, I think, because it's 10 episodes. So I'm thinking episode 4 and 5 is where we're really going to start figuring out who plays what role. And that's where the action is going to start picking up. Episode 6, we're going to get a lot of action. 6 and 7. 8 is going to kind of like steady out. 9, you may get like just a little potential to lead us into 10 in the cliffhanger. Okay, Donna, Tasha helped them wash money. Diana requested to go to school for accounting. Yeah, I mean, at this point, Diana is the accountant. I mean, of course, she needs some education, at least to get certified, a CPA, because when they come and do those island, Monet's gonna be like, you gotta fix this. Ma, I don't know nothing. All I know how to do is just run the numbers. Come on now. In one of the Power Book 2 trailers, I don't know if you saw it, but shows Braden robbing a jewelry store. Oh man, I gotta find whatever that is. I haven't seen it. Hey, y'all might be piecing it together. My bad. Y'all know me over here. If I don't know something, I'm gonna give my opinion on it, but y'all might be right. Diana might be more linked to Tasha. Well, that's what I was saying though. I was saying Diana's probably gonna be Tasha and Lauren's gonna be Angela's role because they. Oh, so we all on the same page. My bad, y'all. I'm confused. My bad. We on the same page. I mean, and Tasha was an accountant, but did they really need her to wash money when they had the club? Club Truth was washing a lot of money. So I mean, Tasha, she was doing a little bit, but it's really not that hard to wash money when you're owning $1 million business. Like, especially if you're serving liquor. Now, liquor is one of the easiest things to run money through. And that's why like prohibition and all that stuff was big. You see like Capone and them. Because with liquor, there's no real way to keep track of what you're selling. I can get a box, you know what I'm saying? A box of 12 things of Hennessy for about $150. But I can easily mark those prices up 300, 400% and sell a bottle for $400. That's really only $30. Let's just say, yeah. So it's easy to do that because now, like I say, is I sold way more bottles than I did. But High Fashion said they just gave her something to do. She, I need you to I need you to budget how much these windows are gonna cost. Let me know how much it costs. And then once you find out how much it's gonna cost to get these front windows fixed, get the back windows fixed. And I don't care what it costs. Like, damn, mom, what am I supposed to be doing? Am I working the front windows or the back windows? Dog, Monet got these, man. She got them doing everything she wants them to do. Like, we are adults. You treating us like we high schoolers. Kaine is a 50-50. Many fans equate him to Kaine and the other half equates him to Tommy. At this age and what Kaine is doing, I put him as a Kanan. And then they got the similar names because he's out here finessing his own family. So who knows, man? I can equate him to that, especially because he's coming in and he's helping out Tariq and Braden, you know, Ghost and Tommy. And he's older than them, so he's kind of like a mentor. He's in the streets, but he doesn't have everything actually together. Kind of like how Kanan was. Tasha gave up college to be with Ghost. That's Tasha's fault. Why did Tasha, let's make it clear. Why did Tasha give up college to be with Ghost? Because she wanted him to be the biggest fucking drug dealer in New York City. She didn't give it up to be with Ghost. I mean, she didn't give up college to be with James St. Patrick. She gave it up to be with Ghost and what he was doing. Now, he was trying to leave Ghost and be James St. Patrick, but she wanted Ghost. And we seen that. So she didn't give up college for James St. Patrick. She didn't give up college for love. She gave up college for the drugs and for all the money that he was bringing in. For the Escalade where she could take her drawers off and give it to Sean. For the penthouse where her mama ain't got to work. Yeah, that's what she gave up college for. Because Ghost was out there making it happen. Let's be correct on Tasha. We exposed her in the real power. Yeah. She didn't give up college for James. She gave up college for Ghost. And the moment Ghost said, I'm getting out the game, what she do? Tariq, I'm going to teach you the game. Because if I can't have Ghost, I'm going to have baby Ghost. Hey, you right. The draws, you know what I'm saying? I could ride in the Escalade. I could take the draws off. Hey, Sean. Dropping them draws. Another kid influenced by an attractive woman. Sean was young, like 20-something years old. But Tasha, a woman with power, took them draws off. He damn near wrecked the Escalade. He looking in the rearview mirror. Like, hey, ma'am, I don't think you should do this. Y'all laughing, but y'all know I'm telling the truth. Other channels, they not going to tell you the truth like how it really is in the world. I'm going to tell y'all exactly how it is. That's true. When James St. Patrick came to Tasha about the idea of leaving, she's focusing on the club. She threw it back in his face. See? Monet does not let them do ish. You see Drew was sitting on the porch. Hey, and that's another thing. These are privileged kids. They're doing all the stuff they shouldn't be doing. They're making it seem like they live a regular lifestyle. Drew, your mom is a drug kingpin, well, queen pin. Your dad's in prison. Your brother's running the streets. There's bricks that have been stolen. You just sitting outside on Instagram looking at Everett's page. Kane's riding around the city. Expensive. Range Rover. He got the Fendi sweater on. They jumping out with all the designer like niggas ain't out here looking for them. I'm like, geez Louise. I got some designer stuff, but I don't just be walking around. The only time you're going to see me wearing that, y'all going to see me in t-shirts and a hat when I'm on the screen. I might get dressed up, but the only time you're going to see me wear any designer or actually have my jewelry on, I'm going to an event or something. Or I might step out and get a drink. These fools are meeting up talking about a murder of Jabari. He has a Fendi sweater on with the leather Fendi jacket. I'm like, come on. If I'm the cops, oh yeah, young black brother. Now, let me see. Okay, let me run these plates. Range Rover Kaine to hot. Wait a minute, his dad's locked up. We heard about him on the news. Sheesh. That was a lot there, people, but I'm telling the truth, and y'all know I'm telling the truth. Every time you see Kaine, hold on, let me see something. Drew outside. Kaine out here with the Kaine jacket on, the Christian Dior sweater. Y'all got too much drip on to be in these streets with 20 bricks of sugar. Come on, people. Tasha didn't have a degree or certification or a CPA. She was a community college dropout. Hey, sometimes it be like that. Kanye was a dropout. Oh, man. Yeah. In my opinion, if Kanan knew about the Tejadas, he would have taken Kaine up under his... He definitely would have. Oh, I ain't gonna lie to you, Donna. That Christian Dior sweater is hard, you know what I'm saying? A little expensive, but very, very nice. Pulling up in a Range Rover. Not only that, where'd they go? Where'd they go in all this designer? Where'd they go? To the shooting range. You getting the whole kinds of residue on your clothes. They in here. And they not at no regular shooting range where you got about 10 stalls in it. They went to the exclusive, top of the line. I'm talking about the headgear they got in here. The NRR on that's noise reduction rating. I used to do that when I was in the military. But the NRRs that they had on these things, I'm talking about it's quiet in there. Can't hear nothing. They in the shooting range. Matter of fact, let me go get my AR out and put on my Gucci sweater. And we're going to go in here and we're going to shoot off some stuff. Where's it at? I think she said, is it Maisha? Maisha? I don't want to pronounce it wrong, but yeah, they are selling the fantasy. It's like, dog, everybody got designer on. Not even that. Hold on. We ain't gonna act like Drew ain't out here dripping on them. Drew is doing rehab. Misha. All right, my bad. Yeah, they selling the dream, Misha. Drew's in here doing rehab. They're in the gym with Zeke, and he has a Dior sweater on. This is just killing me, bro. Whenever I watch this, it just irks me because they aren't living like this in real life, man. If they going somewhere and do something, all right, cool. You're going to the gym to work on a bum shoulder. You're going to the shooting range. You ain't putting on all this, damn. Oh, my goodness. It is what it is, man. It's just funny to me. Hey, that's how they move, doing big things. Yeah, they're going to be doing big things, all right. Big jail time. They doing all this designer. They wearing all that. I'm going to show you what they're going to be wearing. You keep it up like this. Keep dressing like this and going out and doing crimes. I'm going to show you exactly how you're going to be dressing. Where is it at? I can't even find it. You keep doing it big out there and all your designer, this is how you're going to be dressing. You're going to be dressing just like your daddy in a tank top. That's how you're going to be dressing. In this tank top, sitting in jail. Oh, yeah, don't get on Monet. Monet, she's the queen of designer. She got on stuff I ain't never even seen. My man right here, a regular worker, got a Carhartt on and a button down. We don't know what Monet has on here, but believe me, it's expensive. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. It is expensive. Hell, when she pulled up in the Porsche. Look at her, looking all good. At Juniors. Even Mecca's just chilling. I just got a regular t-shirt on. All right, but it's 8:10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the trailer for episode 3. And we'll just give a little predictions about that because we're about to come up on 2 hours. Let me see. And since we speaking about designer, they moving like Meech, a little fresh, yeah, a little too fresh.
Kaine found a new connect, so we all back in business together. Now, whatever beef y'all still got, squash that shit right now.
You need to be able to control this Tariq St. Patrick. Well, maybe I can help.
Did you know Jabari Reynolds? Can I get a phone call?
I need you. You owe me.
We need to talk. Talk. I'm gonna need a little quid from you before I can quo. Ain't nobody safe. Especially you.
Mm-hmm. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Now, they talking about the two got a little bit of beef. I think the beef is between them and what they gonna do about Jabari and Tariq talking to the police. Now, mind you, we just talked about them pulling up stunt. We got the G-Wagon out here. We got the Range Rover out here. Now, Kaine still has on the same clothes. So this has to be the same night that, you know, Tariq was on the roof and she actually went to go meet up with Dante. So I don't know what beef that they could be having. And yeah, we see
A new connect, so we all back in business together. Now, whatever beef y'all still got, squash that shit right now.
You need to be able to control this.
you see Dante, aka Mecca, he's talking to Kaine like, hey, bro, you got to be able to control this Tariq character. Now, what they're doing is, I think the reason he's saying that is because the course correct. That's going on, and that's where a lot of the work is going from. Now, if they're going to be selling it to the product that they stole from Monet, they're going to be selling it back to Monet, and she's giving it to Tariq. I think that's why he's saying you're going to have to control them. One, because they don't want Tariq to be able to get big enough to either take them over, or he just doesn't like Tariq. Maybe he knows something about ghosts. So that's one thing I don't know for sure yet till we see the actual episode.
Tariq St. Patrick. Well, maybe I can help.
Did you know Jabari Reynolds? Can I get a
Zeke. Everybody's talking about Zeke being a problem. Listen carefully, people. Detective Kevin came to Zeke's room and told him to come down. He's going to talk to him. Zeke is not detained. He's not under arrest. So when he gets here, this is just Zeke being young. A lot of young people don't know this. And Zeke isn't in the streets. When they bring him in here, he's talking about, can I get a phone call? First of all, you're not under arrest. Get your ass up and say, I'm not talking to you without a lawyer. Leave. You don't have to be here. You're not under arrest or anything. So that's one thing. But we all said Zeke's about to get in here. And man, look, let me tell you something, man. I did have sex with Carrie, and I was over there. She wasn't there for the murder. We were together. He about to start telling everything. Yeah, Tariq and Kaine, I don't think they really have a beef. It's just they trying to get over the situation of
So we all back in business together.
what they gonna do about the Jabari body. Now she doesn't know they've been hanging out and that they actually caught this body together. All she knows is Kaine and killed a cop, her ex-boyfriend. The trailer with Braden robbing the store is called Power Book 2. Go see. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna probably watch it after I get off of here. After I finish breaking this stuff down.
Did you know Jabari Reynolds? Can I get a phone call?
I need you. You owe me.
We need to talk. Talk. I'm gonna need a little quid from you before.
Now we know Tariq is still trying to get his little sister out of the CPS. And he needs Tate. He needs that public figure to help him out. But we know what Tate is doing. The only reason he took the job at the school is because he's trying to get into Congress. Couldn't be a governor. I'm going to run for Congress. So he's telling Tariq right now, I need some information. You need to bring Braden to me. I need some information on the Western, something, before I can actually go out there and start worrying about your little sister that I really don't care about. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be interesting. I wonder, I don't think Tariq's going to do anything to go against Braden. He may give him some information on like Braden's dad or something, but Braden's going to understand because his family, he doesn't really like being around his family. He doesn't want to do the things that his family does. He want to do hood rat stuff with his friends. That's what Braden wants to do.
I can quo. Ain't nobody safe.
And one thing I wanted to say is,
Nobody's
where's it at?
you before I can quo.
Tate's brother. So he's going to be significant. We know that Tate was staying at his brother's house, in the first episode. So him seeing him talking to Tariq, I'm assuming that's where they're at. He's going to come in. He's going to probably start following Tariq to actually help his brother get some information or see what he can dig up on Tariq, because he is a suspect. Well, a potential suspect, because he's a student. Not her ex-boyfriend, her ex-lover. There's a difference. Sweeney shot at Tariq, and Tariq gonna find something for Tate and something in the Kappa book. Yeah, I definitely think that. And that's what I was saying. Braden's gonna come to Tariq's side, and he's gonna help out just for the simple fact he doesn't like what his family's doing, and Sweeney shot at Tariq. Now, I don't know why he actually shot at him. It may be something that Ghost did, and he had a, because he did say, "Oh, that was your dad, James St. Patrick." They may have had a little quarrel, and he'd be like, "Man, fuck Tariq." Pow!
Ain't nobody safe. Especially you.
And the last thing we see is Kaine telling Tariq, "Ain't nobody safe, especially you." So I don't know what's about to happen here, but I want to hear what y'all got to say about the episode coming up. What are your predictions before we get out of here? Sweeney is salty because he got embarrassed at that dinner. Yeah, Tariq did call him out, and there wasn't nothing he could say about it either, because it was all facts. Tariq knows something, and he knows a little bit too much. He's a little too smart to be. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I like that, Donna. A warning shot. Like, hey, don't get too comfortable, Tariq. You ain't out here running things. I hope Carrie don't catch no more bodies. I can't keep up. Well, Misha, I'm next in line. Well, I'm not next. I think Tate is, then Davis, and then me. I put me before Tariq. I can see that putting a strain on Tariq and Braden relationship. Yeah, it can. It might have to be how Ghost and Tommy was. There's going to be a strain, but they're going to see that you have to do what Tariq is doing in order for us to get through all this if you want to stay in the game. We're going to see, though. It's definitely going to be an interesting take. Well, I'm not next in line. If I'm looking up at the queue, yeah, I'm definitely 3. We got Tate, Davis, me, Tariq, and then Kevin. Oh man, that's why they won't put me on the show. I be trying to write my own storyline in. But we just hit 2 hours. Thank you all for watching. If you're new to the channel and you like these after show discussions, please hit that subscribe button for me. Also hit the like before you head up out of here. And hey, we're going to be back next week. I'm going to have more breakdowns during the week of different things I've seen during the show that we probably didn't cover here, like I do for the other shows like Raising Kaine. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to break those down during the week. Hey, and thank y'all for rocking with me, man. I like doing this. Every Sunday we're gonna have about 2 hours. Try to go 1.5 hours, 2 hours at least. But thank y'all for watching. Like I said, hit that like button. Definitely hit the subscribe button for me. We're trying to get to 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I actually just had a spike month of November. We did big numbers, way bigger, and I definitely appreciate all y'all for rocking with me, because we're growing way faster than I thought. I had a plan of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're at 16. So the new goal is 20,000 subscribers, and I can't do it without y'all. And I like doing this conversation. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. If I don't know something, hey, we'll open up Google. We'll try to figure it out together. Support gaming. I'll be clapping Carrie in season 5. Oh, man. By the time season 5 comes, Carrie's going to be in jail. It ain't no more clapping for her. It's sleeping, bed rest. That's it. But I'm Monet J. Thank y'all for watching. I see y'all next Sunday. I'm going to try to do a live stream maybe on Tuesday for All American. I don't know, because I don't really see people watching All American as much as they do Power and stuff. But I might throw it in there. So we'll see. Thanks for watching. Y'all be safe. Make sure y'all get up Monday morning bright and early. Get to work. Don't be late. Don't be late. It's almost the end of the year. Don't get any disciplinary actions against yourself. But thanks for watching. I'm out, y'all.